Hey, what's up? Okay, so I look so tired. Wow, okay. Okay, so I'm not gonna make a very long video. I'll detail personal stuff later, but there's something I wanted to really get out there. I First off, this is about the Boston bombing. My heart goes out to the people of Boston. I was just there actually about a month ago for PAX East. I love that city. Crazy drivers, like crazy. But other than that, great people, um, great food, architecture. I just want to get an IT job and live there. It's great. It's great. Better sports teams than we have here in Toronto. Although Leafs made the playoffs. Because the season wasn't long enough for us to choke. Okay, so anyway, here's the thing. Right now, they have the suspect in custody, right? He has not yet been read his Miranda rights. People freak out! Oh my god, he doesn't have rights. Actually, there's a difference. You have to understand what the Miranda rights are, what the situation is, and then the whole thing will become clear. Firstly, because you have not been read your Miranda rights does not mean you do not have rights. It means you have all your rights. It's the exact opposite, in fact. Let's go back to a few nights ago. They had him. They got him. He's unconscious. Get him to the hospital. Now the officials are like, what do we do? Okay, well, they had a lot of bombs. We have very little information. We need information. So, do we arrest him? No, we don't. We don't arrest him yet because we know that he is not going to be labeled a terrorist. And terrorist law will not kick in. By the way, hate terrorist law. I think it's a travesty of justice. Happy we don't have it here in Canada. That's another story. Arresting somebody and that whole rigmarole takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. Meanwhile, he could have accomplices, evil people running around setting off bombs. The mad midnight bomber who bombs at midnight. Ah! The Tick reference. Go watch it. So instead, they know he's going to be stuck in the hospital for a while. Probably has something to do with the myriad of bullets he's got, including the one in his throat. That's got to suck, right? I don't think he's going to be able to talk ever again. They say, okay, well, as soon as he wakes up, we're going to start asking him questions. We got to find out if there's still something afoot. Right? So that's what they do. What does that mean to the court case? It means that and they knew this. This was the tactical decision that they made, the strategic decision that they made. Anything he says, until he has read his Miranda rights and officially arrested, is not admissible in court. Unless, he could basically say, I was under duress, and da-da-da, I was in the hospital, I was on drugs. It's not admissible in court automatically. Okay? Yes, it said there in the purpose of, in the, with police around and da-da-da, but basically, he can tell them, look, I want you out of my room. This is my room, I have rights, I can't leave, so you need to. At that point, they would arrest him. Now, he's a smart kid. He's cooperating with the police. Very important. Good move on his part. It'll probably look great for him, considering they might want to go with the death penalty. That probably won't happen because Massachusetts doesn't have the death penalty, and they're going to want to move it out of Boston, the court case out of Boston, but they're not going to be able to move it out of out of the state. I don't think so. I don't think so. Um, so it'll probably be life, life. Um, or they could, they could. We could all find out that his brother was the real crazy one, and we know that he loved to emulate his brother, and he just got caught up in a bad thing, and he was just along for the ride, and the whole thing got away from him, and that might be the case. And what does it say about us as a civilization if we just go eye for an eye? What does that say about us? I think it says a lot. A lot of very dark, disturbing things. And I hope we don't get to that point. Going back. Miranda rights are read to a person who is being arrested. Why? Because when you are arrested, your rights are being curtailed. They are being shrunk. You do not have you have a list of rights. Da, 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 da. When you are arrested, you don't have that, you don't have that, you don't have that, you don't have that. So your Miranda rights are the rights you have left. He still has all of his rights. He has the right to remain silent. He has the right to call a lawyer. He knows the situation he's in at this point. He's not stupid. He just still has all of his rights. Will he eventually be arrested? Yes. That's going to happen. The court case wheel mechanisms are already turning. He just hasn't been arrested yet. Not officially. Will he be arrested? Yes, of course. Will he be read his Miranda rights? Yes, of course. Otherwise, the whole thing would be thrown out. You weren't read your Miranda rights? Mistrial. He goes free. What? You want to arrest him again and charge him with the same thing? Double jeopardy. You can't. He goes free. Free man. Free man. Won't happen. Won't happen. Whole world is watching. Won't happen. So that's the situation. People need to calm down. Learn about what you are ranting about. Please. Please learn. Figure out what is being said before you just go, fuck the police. They're stomping on our rights. 1984, bitches. No. It's not that. There are a lot of... Maybe I should talk about my thoughts about police, government, law enforcement, big brother, little brother. I should talk about that sort of thing. Not now. But I will. I will at some point. Yeah. In other news, a plot was foiled here. They were going to blow up, sources say, they were going to blow up these two guys from Iran with ties to Al-Qaeda. We're going to blow up a train, a via rail train that went from Toronto to New York. They were going to blow it up over the falls. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if that was the story. It was just a source that I heard on the radio. But yeah, that would be dramatic, and the loss of life. Whew. So I'm glad that was stopped. So kudos to all of those. Kudos to the Boston's finest, Toronto's finest, Ottawa's finest. Those were the things. FBI, CIA, CSIS, RCMP. I have a lot of respect for the people who wear the badge and make it mean something other than beating up G20 protesters and pepper spray. Taking out your frustrations on some poor schmuck on the street. A lot of respect. A lot of it. Okay. That was a concise what I think about law enforcement. I'm going to shut this off now. Bye.